Did you already watch True Detective and The Killing? And want new interesting detective shows that will grab you from the first minute? Then this list is for you. Here you will find shows with compelling mysteries, intriguing twists, and shocking endings. So let's start. First, some honorable mentions. Bodies follows 4 different detectives in past, present day, and future London as they investigate a mysterious murder in their respective eras. One detective finds himself in a queer period romance, the others in a blitz noir, a contemporary counterterrorism thriller, and a dystopian sci-fi. The show suffers from a bad structure, as the story jumps erratically to different years every few minutes. It has plot holes and unnecessary contrivances. But there are compelling characters, strong performances, and juicy mystery. Lydia Poet was Italy's first female lawyer, whose ambition to practice law sparked a nationwide debate whether women sully the profession by practicing it. The show takes this very real historical figure and builds episodic mysteries around her as she fights in the background to be taken seriously in her chosen profession. Black Sands is a dark, romantic thriller with character-driven tension running through the show. It is at times rich and convivial, and other times moody and bleak. The show brings the mystery of a family secret alive. And these dangerous and beautiful beaches serve as backdrop for this Icelandic show.
You used to be a crime reporter in Japan. Why?
My father is a coroner, and he took me to crime scenes, showed me bodies, murder files. I found trying to reason what actually happened from forensic evidence fascinating.
Our first pick is the show that feels very different than your typical American crime. Tokyo Vice is loosely inspired by the life of American journalist Jake Adelstein inside late 90s Tokyo. The fact that the show built on real events makes its across-the-board quality performances even more grounded. Pieces to an expansive, seductive universe that balances a fish-out-of-water perspective with traditions in Japanese crime. The narrative offers 3-dimensional depictions of the Yakuza lifestyle, accurate portrayal of Japanese hostess culture, realistic relations between police and media, and explores philosophy of honor and shame. The show is full of little details that sometimes seem shocking to a Westerner, like statement that there are no murders in Japan.
What do you mean there's no murder in Japan?
That doesn't make any sense.
I forgot. Your English is not so good. There is no murder in Japan.
So then what was that stabbing, that guy in the street?
Could be manslaughter, could be accidental death. But the key is, unless you have to deal with a witness, it's never a murder.
Or this.
ユダヤ人だよね。
はい。
お寿司は食えるの？
毎日でも。
ユダヤ人が世界経済を支配していると信じている人も多いけど、それについてはどう？
もしそうだとしたら、僕がここの給料で満足すると思いますか?
So if you want a fascinating noir tale set in unfamiliar culture, Tokyo Vice is for you. There can't be a list of detective shows without a show from a Nordic country. So our next pick is a Finnish drama that is just as compelling as The Killing or The Bridge. Similar to these shows, Deadwind spends the entire season on one case. Sophia, the main character, is a homicide detective who rejoined the Helsinki Police Department following the death of her husband. Now a single mother of 2 children and with a new partner, she must balance it all and find a murderer. It may take some time to get into a season, as it is a slow-paced thriller with many subplots that sometimes stand as red herrings. However, the slow tempo enables the series to fully develop its 2 leading characters. There are 3 seasons, so you can enjoy solving 3 mysteries.
La gente così si ammazza.
Ma è che il momento di essere sentimentale?
Ma sei scemo? Sei scemo? C'hai un morto davanti e mi dici che non è il momento di essere sentimentale.
Dimmi una cosa, l'hai toccata?
Cosa?
La pistola, l'hai toccata?
Sì che l'ho toccata, ma non pensavo.
Perché... E cosa gli dirai? Questa è la polizia, che l'hai toccata perché non pensavi.
Vabbè, ma tanto io non gli ho sparato, l'hai visto, no?
Ma che ho visto? Non ho visto niente, ero di là, non ero nella scena del crimine.
Our next pick is very different. It is an Italian comedy or even parody on the detective genre. Here, you will be drawn into the lives of 2 hapless technicians, Salvo and Valentino, who stumble upon a murder scene. And every step they take to avoid becoming suspects only lands them in deeper trouble. It is a witty, fast-paced, and well-written show that also reveals a side of Italy that isn't usually shown on screen. It addresses important topics that are worthy of being discussed, like bureaucracy, traditional Italian family, religion. There are many fascinating characters, from a typical Italian mother to eccentric monks.
Per i pasticcini.
Certamente, i pasticcini, sì.
E lo scontrino.
The series is a satirical tale that offers touching moments with compelling drama, and it is almost impossible to get bored while watching it.
Finito stamattina di vedere The Touch of the Killer.
Ancora questa serie televisiva, Benucci.
Che poi lo sai chi era il killer?
No.
Il giardiniere.
No.
If you watch only the first episode of this show, you might be fooled into believing that it is a very traditional show with clear bad and good side. But with each episode, more layers come to play, which makes it harder and harder to decide who's in the right. The show follows two police officers, Haggerty, a seasoned veteran, and June, a young officer. After an anonymous phone call, they clash on an old murder case.
And your caller's come forward as a witness, has she, or?
No.
No, so...
No. Well, this caller, she says her boyfriend on a number of occasions has claimed responsibility for the killing.
Well, you got a statement from her to that effect?
No. Like I said, the call was anonymous.
Convinced Haggerty is not telling the truth, June secretly throws herself into the case in ways that violate department protocol. Meanwhile, Haggerty uses his tricks to stop her. The show is elevated by its leads. Jumbo is a charismatically sleek actress who's sturdy enough to hold her own with Capaldi, whose screen presence is magnetic, and it makes you want to root for him, whether you should or not. He is not simply all good or all evil. No one is, as the series proves. The show is slow going with creative editing.
He had a girlfriend a long time ago, same like me. Okay, and? He said, dumb bitch, never listen, never keep him, happy. He stabbed her many, many times with the same knife he put in me. And now she's dead.
Answers are never given freely, and it's that lack of complete closure that leaves a nagging feeling that makes it impossible to forget.
Next time do as you're told. Send an email. Okay?
This show's creator, Rian Johnson, best known for the Knives Out films, collaborated with Natasha Lyonne on this project. In this Columbo-like show, Natasha plays the character who is a profound underachiever, who is satisfied with her life, which is quite refreshing for contemporary female character.
I'm doing fine. I like my life. I like my job. I'm bummed that you're firing me, but I'll find another job. And I'll probably like that one too.
But she perennially knows a little more than she's saying, as she is capable of detecting any lie.
Holding an ace of spades.
Bullshit.
6 of hearts.
Bullshit.
10 of spades. You're not reading the cards.
How could I read the cards?
You're reading me.
As can happen in Vegas, things get out of hand, and she ends up on the lam, smashing her smartphone and hitting the road. The America she meanders through in the following episodes is one of boundless venality and small cruelties. In every town, she is forced to become an accidental investigator and untangle a new murder. The crimes are not difficult to crack, and as with Columbo, we're ahead of the game, watching what has happened first, before our detective puzzles it out. But mystery stories are elegantly set, creatively built, and beautifully cast. So surely this is one of the strongest series on Peacock, and you will enjoy every episode. This show is not your cozy British small town with lots of secrets kind of show. Woman of the Dead is darker, sometimes grotesque, full of black irony, and features an unreliable narrator. It is an Austrian thriller based on the female-driven revenge novel. The show is about a woman who is a wife, mother, and owner of a funeral home. Her husband is a cop, and one morning, as she waves him off to work, he gets killed by a hit-and-run driver. When the police aren't finding any answers, she decides to investigate his death on her own. What she discovers is unimaginably ugly. Enraged and disgusted, she takes matters into her own hands exacting revenge as she searches for her husband's killer. Each episode ends on a major cliffhanger. You'll see the length someone will go to for vengeance, and it does become a tug of war between good and evil for our main character. So, you're in for one very wild and deadly ride, so prepare to binge all 6 episodes.
Du får ta en nummerlapp. Ursäkta, kan du ta... Jag har inga pengar. Det finns inga pengar här. Det är kontantfri bank.
This is another detective series from a Nordic country, but it is very different from a typical dark and depressing Nordic shows. Anxious People is a quirky and heartfelt comedy drama based on the novel of the same name by Swedish writer Fredrik Backman. It is set in a pretty little Swedish town and follows 2 police officers as they solve the mystery of who tried to rob a bank before taking a group of people hostage at an open house.
Jack, Jim, det är ett rån!
Förlåt, jag ska betala såklart.
Nej, bakom er! Det är rånare i banken! Där!
Vänta, rånaren kan vara beväpnad! Polis! Vänta!
With each episode, the police focus on one of the victims and their recollection of how the whole bizarre hostage situation unfolded. Contrary to how they are portrayed, Jack and Jim are actually excellent police officers, with Jack methodically piecing the whole picture together until the truth is finally revealed. It is also more than a show about a bank robbery gone wrong. It is about relationships that people have with each other and how lives can change for the better, even in the most unexpected situations. Packed with wrong turns and unexpected twists, the show will keep you guessing until the very end.
Ge mig lite info här. Var det någon som var skadad eller?
Nej, ingen var skadad.
Nej. Så han släpper gisslan nu eller vad händer?
Ett krav till. Fyrverkerier ska avfyras. Då släpps gisslan.
Men vänta här nu för fan. Först pizza och sen fyrverkerier. Alltså varför då? Vad är det som sker här?
Jag vet inte.
Did you watch any of these shows? Tell us in the comments, what is your favorite detective series? Don't forget to like and subscribe. See you in the next video.